Oh, so David,
Yeah.
I did some research about the things we spoke of.
Okay.
Your reaction.
Yeah.
And it seems to be, like I mentioned, some kind of correlation or cross correlation.
Okay.
Between different types of allergies, when people are react to nuts and some we call stone fruits like pears and apples.
All right.
They also often feel pollen from birch. So it's the same because the protein is the same or seems really similar.
Okay.
Because what happens in an allergy,
Mm-hmm.
because you know there's a difference between an intolerance and an allergy.
Yes.
There's two different things.
Yes.
What happens in an allergy is that your body reacts to certain proteins like they're something dangerous.
Okay.
So when we inhale them in our nose, the body reacts to the protein that is harmless, but it thinks it's something dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we swell up. We got a lot of mucus in our nose because we want to protect our nostrils.
Right.
We start sneezing to get it out of the body as soon as possible.
Right.
So that's an allergy. That's why not all people react to it. It's called like an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
We think something is bad, but it's not.
Okay.
So there's a correlation between stone fruits and nuts and certain types of pollen.
Okay.
So if you react, and also it seems that some people who are sensitive can be sensitive to the thing that makes certain fruits and vegetables red. So certain something in the fruits and in the foods.
Okay.
Like when kids have a lot of eczema, you often tell them not to eat citrus fruits or red fruits.
Exactly.
It's same there. We react to like a protein that calls the fruits red.
Okay.
Yeah. And the difference is an intolerance is that it will actually harm the body. Like if you have a gluten intolerance, it will harm the intestine.
Okay. Okay. So once you're being diagnosed with that intolerance, you just stick away from it.
Yeah.
Stay away from it as much as possible.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you have had a gluten intolerance for quite a while, it will destroy. It will cause a destruction of something called microvilli.
Okay. What's that?
It's in the intestine. Our intestine is really it's like this to give it as much surface as possible.
Okay.
So we have a lot of how do you call it? Veck? What do you call it in English? It's folded, super folded.
All right.
And on each fold is like different type of small things called villi.
Okay.
That are like this.
Okay.
And on every one thing of this, there's another layer of this called microvilli.
Okay.
To give it as much surface area as possible.
For protection.
No, to maximum absorption.
Okay.
But when you have an intolerance, different things will react. We won't go into it now because I will be here for hours. But it will cause this destruction of these microvilli. So intestine will just become like a tube instead of having all this surface area.
Okay.
So you will get less nutritional uptake.
All right, I see.
But that can be reversed if you stay away from the. If you find out,
if
you, like I told you last time, if you go to a doctor and you find out what you react to, then the villi and stuff can regrow and you can become healthier again.
Okay. So it's like living again.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing you touched on there, the protein now. One you touched on it a bit earlier on. Obviously, eating too much meat. I think we've come to knowledge now that eating too much meat maybe isn't the best. But like you said, the fear of losing the protein, and everyone thinks yes, you get the protein from beef and chicken and turkey, and, all the lamb and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And now the fear is if I don't eat meat, it's a fear. Obviously, I had. Before I became more knowledgeable about other sources of protein. Right. If I'm not eating meat, then I'm gonna get my protein source, and I'm an athlete, so I need to eat protein. I need protein, man. So. How do we go around that for those people that think that, I cut down on the meat, I heard it's healthy, but what do I replace it with?
Well, the difference is when we eat meat, we have a protein that contains all the parts of the protein we need, okay? Because we break down the protein, something called amino acids, and then we rebuild them into the protein, because the proteins are really complex structure. So the difference is when we eat meat, we get all the building blocks that we need from the meat. When we eat vegetables, we need to make sure we eat different types of vegetables to get all the difference. Because if we don't get all the building blocks, then we will just use it for energy instead.
Right. Okay. Good.
Because the body is super smart. It's not like, oh, I didn't get the whole protein. Now we'll just get rid of it. It's like, oh, I didn't get the whole protein. I can still use it for energy.
Okay.
So if you eat too much protein, like if you do protein shakes and stuff, you will just use it for energy.
Okay.
And if you eat a crappy protein that doesn't contain all the parts that you need, then we'll just use it for energy.
All right.
So, but like I said before, it's if you eat a balanced diet and you eat a lot of vegetables, you eat beans and you eat peas or whatever, proteins is in everything.
Okay.
Everything you eat will contain protein to some. Gluten is a protein.
Yeah. Okay.
We will contain proteins. So as long as you eat a lot of a balanced diet, a lot of healthy foods, it's quite hard not to get enough protein.
Okay. Okay.
So nothing you need to be fearful of.
Okay.
If you think that you're not getting enough protein, go talk to someone like me.
Yeah. But what can you replace meat with? I mean, if say for example, if you used to eating meat every day, or fish every day.
Well, if you want a simple way, soy products also contains all the parts of the protein that we need.
Okay.
Or just eat, like I said, different types of beans. There's so much beans, and the thing is, there's so many types of beans, and they're super. You can use them, do a lot of cool things with beans. They're really cheap. You can make so eat a lot, and it really fills you up as well.
Okay.
A lot of fiber in them. So it's a lot of protein, a lot of fiber.
Okay.
So if you're scared of your protein intake being too low, eat more legumes and beans, stuff like that.
Okay. What I heard about soya, I don't know if it's true, or it might be a myth, is that it wasn't good for men to eat too much soya because
it's estrogen.
Yeah. Is that a fact or is that a myth?
I think it's more of a myth.
More of a myth, okay.
But it's not good for the environment to eat too much soy.
Okay. Okay.
The plantations requires large areas.
Okay.
Then because they need to be like submerged in water. It's it's a big process. You have to do a lot of landscaping.
Okay.
And also we don't grow soy in Sweden.
Okay. All right.
Do we? All so I think in like south of Europe they started growing soy and stuff. So that's also an aspect you have to consider when you work with, from my type of line of work.
Yeah.
If we do like something that's trendy for a while, like quinoa, super trendy.
Yeah.
But it's also grown. Now it started to be grown in other parts of the world, but it used to only be grown in South of America.
Okay.
So you have to grow them over there.
Yeah.
Fly them all over here.
Yes.
Takes a lot of toll on the environment.
Sure.
So sometimes, like this is a superfood.
Yeah.
But it's grown on the other side of the world.
Right.
Then maybe you can replace them with something else.
Yeah.
It's always and nuts and stuff also is quite high in protein. But you also have to realize with nuts that they're really high in fat and they're really high in energy.
Okay.
And fatty energy that if you're not in a ketogenic diet, then eating a lot of nuts and getting a lot of energy from the fats, we're not really great at using it. It's quite a process. Okay. Like I worked with one client of mine. She was an instructor and she thought she had quite a healthy diet, but her energy levels were all over the place.
Okay.
And when we checked her diet, I made some calculations, and she ate a lot of nuts for like snacks.
Okay.
And her fat intake was really off the charts in the percentage wise. So what we just did was we replaced some of the nuts with more carbs, more fibers. Okay. And her energy levels started leveling out.
All right.
She felt better, and she felt better all over, because a side effect when you start eating foods that make sure that your energy levels are more even is that you will stop searching for quick carbs, sugars, crap.
Sure. Okay.
Sometimes people are not aware of how often they eat sugars or candy for a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
So if you make sure that your energy levels are even, then we call it in Swedish utfyllnadsmat, things we don't really want to eat or need to eat, but we still do it.
Yeah.
Those things will go away.
Okay.
So if you're sometimes if you take your, because it's been a carb fear for quite some time. So sometimes if you keep your carbs too low and you don't do like a ketogenic diet, so your energy levels are a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
Then you will eat crap and sugars here and there, and you will not be healthy. But if you increase your carbs a bit above the scary level, then you will feel fuller for a long time.
Right.
And all the other stuff that you eat, you will cut out.
Cut out. Yeah.
So you will get healthier in that aspect instead.
Right.
So it's quite common, I think, that people go too hard on the diet and they can't keep it, so they eat something crappy, and then I couldn't keep it. I'll restart tomorrow. And then it becomes a pattern where they give themselves too little energy, and at night time like oh damn it, I'll have candy bar, or I eat bread, I'll restart tomorrow. And then it becomes a pattern, and then you will still be unhealthy. So sometimes it's better not to go so hard on the diet. Give yourself some more energy. Just decrease maybe your energy levels a little bit, because you have to realize, if you're overweight or obese, then it will most likely be because you eat too much.
Right.
So if you then go super low, then it's such a massive decrease that it's really, really hard for you to keep it if you don't do, like I said, like a ketogenic diet, something like that. But if you just decrease it a little bit, then you will be closer to where you're supposed to be.
Sure.
And the side effect will also be that you lose weight because you're closer to where you're supposed to be.
Sure.
So sometimes maybe, say if your intake is 3,000 calories, and you're supposed to be at 2,000, don't go down to 1,000.
Right.
Go down to 2,000.
Right.
It's still a really big decrease, and you will lose the weight.
Sure.
And you will also smoother transition into the healthy eating, instead of going super low and then have to start learning how to eat at the right amount. So instead of going like, now I eat too much, now I eat too little, now I learn how to eat. Then you will go straight and smoother into that part. So
just don't make too many dramatic adjustments.
Go make it a bit smoother, a bit nicer. It's easier on the body, and it's also easier to keep it.
Maintain it,
To maintain it.
Sure.
Good word.
Sure. Great, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
No
Thanks for listening.
No problem.